Greetings, shalom, mambo, habari, shalom. Welcome to my channel. This is Wanda. This is Diaspora Connect. Thank you for tuning in. Um, Thank you to my new subscribers. Welcome to my channel. Thank you to my faithful subscribers. Welcome in the room. Um, if you don't know, my name is Wanda, and I repatriated from America back in 2020, and I moved to Tanzania, Africa, and Dar es Salaam, Tanzania, and I've been here for 4 years this year. So in July, actually, it'll be 4 years. So yeah, this year, 4 years, going on 4 years. I've been living, doing business, living here in Tanzania, doing business, and all is well for me. I said I would do a video once a week, so this is the video. I decided to do a video today for you. I wanted to talk about the safety for single women in Tanzania. I can't speak for the whole continent. I just can speak for the country that I'm in, Tanzania. And Tanzania is a very safe country, um, even for solo travelers. So this is specifically for women who are in the diaspora and they want to come to Africa and they want to come to visit, repatriate, do business, and they want to know what country would be. You want to first of all do research on the country before you decide to come to it. It's ideal if you come to a country, excuse me, where there are diaspora in that country. So other brothers and sisters from the West that have repatriated, you know, doing business or whatever that you want to do. It's always good to try to go to a country where you can connect with brothers and sisters that way. Also, you want to keep current on, keep up on the current events in that country, the the safety level of that country, any warnings or anything um, at this point. Right now, there are some things going on with like certain countries with us, um, the diaspora, Afro descendants coming back to Africa. So make sure you keep that in mind when you do your research about the country that you want to repatriate to and or uh, visit and or do business or all. I can only speak on Tanzania. I have been here. There have not been anything um, for against women, if I can say that, especially solo travelers, because I hear a lot of fear mongering about women shouldn't go to Africa by themselves, and African American women shouldn't go by themselves. It's okay to travel by yourself. Just make sure you do your research, especially and that's in any country. You can go to Mexico, you can go to um, any Latin country or any country, Colombia, any country, Brazil, any country, and something can happen to you. But just make sure that you do your research. It's good if you can connect with a brother or sister from the diaspora that's already here. Excuse me, y'all. And let's see. Yes, do your research. Connect with someone that's boots on the ground that's here. Specifically, if you are a single woman, it's probably ideal to try to connect with women who are single versus couples because sometimes there's some issues with couples when women reach out to the couple and they can't talk to the man, only the woman. It's just, yes, a lot. It's a lot with the couple situation when you're reaching out to couples. So if you are a solo traveler or a single woman and you want to come to the continent, first of all, figure out what country you want to go to. Then maybe you can connect with some single women that are there. If you can't find any single women, it's okay to connect with couples. Um, as well. But I'm just saying, if you see that there's a single woman like you, um, you can connect with that person so you won't have any, you know, they got husbands and all that stuff. You have to keep that in mind as a single solo woman, solo traveler, and stuff like that. Keep those things in mind. Um, so yeah, just it's safe, but just use wisdom, of course. You want to use wisdom in where you live. Um, you want to be close to areas that are highly populated. You don't want to be like on the continent and you move out somewhere too far out by yourself. And I guess these tips can go for any country. I was specifically talking about Tanzania as far as the safety is concerned. There are a lot of solo sisters that come here to Tanzania. I came as a solo person, and I didn't have any problems. You'll have maybe some petty theft, could be burglared, a burglar, you could get burglared. Um, that has happened to me. So you just have to be aware of that, making sure that where you live, you're not out somewhere by yourself. So I would recommend if you are a solo female and you're traveling to the continent, if you finding and looking for a place to live, I would recommend you find like a rental. I would recommend you find like maybe a duplex or a compound with other people in it. So you don't want to be somewhere by yourself. So even if you are not out too far and you're in close to a city area, you don't want to be by yourself. So try to find places where it's at least two people living there, three people, four people. And I know some people don't like to live like me. I didn't like to live in a building with a lot of people. So you can find a place with like four apartments in it, a compound. Most of the African countries have a compound where they have the concrete wall around it, and then they'll have like apartments inside, or two houses, or one house, or whatever. So yeah, I would recommend if you're a single woman or traveling solo that you find you um, a place to rent with other people, not by yourself. Um, if you want to do business, um, take your time in finding reliable people, locals that to work with. Don't rush into anything because you don't know the integrity level of people that you're going to be doing business with. You just met them, just um, take your time a little bit just to get to know them a little bit. Don't ask them right away, even if you meet them and you know you need a business partner. Don't ask them right away. I mean, just kind of let them drive you, help you see their integrity level, and then maybe somewhere down the line you mention it, but you don't want to mention it right away, especially when you don't know the person, because then they can actually be on their best behavior, you know, and you don't see the truth about them because they're like, oh, she wants to do business with me, then they kind of hide their uh, the stuff, the negative things about them. They'll try to hide that or mask it. But if you just don't say anything about business, even if you know you want to do business, and let them be themselves, and you get to see the true person, how they respond, how they treat you, what they say, so stuff like that. So yeah, just making sure that you're safe. But it is safe to travel to Africa solo. Don't let anyone fearmonger you, make you think that it's unsafe. Yes, there have been things going on in West Africa with us. So you might want to take that into consideration when you're looking for a country that you want to repatriate to visit, or whatever, you want to go somewhere where there haven't been any issues with us. And yeah, lately it's been a lot of issues in West Africa in some places. So just keep that in mind, especially if you're a solo traveler. We don't want the fearmonger, the solo women from traveling, because you don't always have someone to go with you if you want to travel. Like for me, when I first visited the continent, I went to Ghana and for the year return. And I asked so many people and nobody wanted to go. Nobody wanted to go. They was like, Africa, I don't want to go to Africa. Nobody wanted to come. So I ended up booking a tour with a by myself, but it was a bunch of sisters from America. It was a tour from a group from America, and we FaceTime each other, and then we met up in Ghana when we got there. So I was solo, but then I wasn't because I was with like 13 other women. So you don't always have someone that has a desire to visit the continent or have a desire to come back, repatriate, do business like you do. So you can't be stuck in America if you want to leave because you don't have somebody with you. So that's why I recommend reach out to a diaspora in whatever country you decide that you want to go to, visit, repatriate, do business, and then they could connect you with the people that they know. They can help you out. Here in Tanzania, they don't speak English. Uh, Everybody doesn't speak English, so you're definitely going to need some guidance. to try to come here and you don't know anybody and just to try to wing it. It's possible. I did it, but it's a lot of us here, so it's no need to try to wing it when you can reach out to someone. Just have to use discernment, even with who you reach out to. So if you want to come to Tanzania or any Kenya or Zambia, any country, we're in a lot of these countries that are the safe ones. Try to connect with someone, or just use your discernment. Reach out to a couple of people and see who you vibe with, or watch the videos and see if you connect with them and how they think and how they move and what they've been doing, and then reach out to them. So it's always good to do that. A lot of them do charge for consultation, so you're gonna know that you're gonna have to charge a fee, or you're gonna be charged a fee to get information from them. So please be prepared for that. Um, so yeah, as a woman, don't don't fall into the hype of being afraid to travel to Africa, because I've heard a lot of that. We should be coming over here, this and that. You can come if that's something you want to do. I did it and I'm fine. Nothing has happened to me. I did get burglared one time, um, which I did leave my patio door open, but that can happen, and that can even happen in the West. So, and when growing up, we did get burglared a couple of times, even in America. So, but for the most part, Tanzania is safe, and the people are very friendly. Um, you're gonna be. I mean, they're gonna see you as an ATM. That's all across the continent, but you have to be the one to use wisdom in who you deal with, how much you pay for items, um, and just use your um, common sense also, and your discernment. Hopefully you have some. If you're not, if you're kind of not good with discerning, you can connect with some of us here, and we can kind of guide you and help you meet people that you know well, I'm not going to say that because all of us won't do that. So we can just guide you in making decisions and helping you kind of get your feet established here, so where you can, start thinking about what you want to do in business, or, you know, traveling just around, or whatever you want to do. We can help you. So just I wanted to do this video just to let women know that you can still travel solo if you are solo. You don't have to wait and beg people to come with you. And a lot of people are like, "Yeah, don't go over there." Like that's not something that you want to hear if your mind is um, made up about coming back to Africa, which mine was. So that's why I didn't tell anybody. When I left, I didn't tell anybody. Nobody knew except for my son. Nobody knew because I knew people would try to talk me out of it, and I knew people would say, "Oh, you crazy? Why you want to go over there?" And I even asked people before I booked my trip. I asked people if they wanted to just come for a visit, and everybody was like, "Africa, Africa, no, no, no." And I'm like, "Okay." So I don't need them. I didn't need to be trying to tell them that I'm moving to Africa and not coming back, because I knew that they would try to, talk me out of it and say I'm crazy and this and that. Some of my family still think I'm crazy for being over here, but I've been over here by myself um, for 4 years this year, um, doing business. I got a whole little community here, um, and there are pockets of us here. So it's like there are small little groups all throughout the country. So people are grouping together, but they're doing it small groups, not big, massive groups. We don't do well with big groups like that, but we do better with small pockets of groups where you have like-minded people. Because even if we all believe the same thing, everybody don't have the same goals and desires to do certain things here. So you group and connect with people that have the same um, mindset and thinking and desires as you do and what you want to do here. So yeah, so that's kind of how you end up. It's almost like you end up finding your own tribe here. So even though we come here, it's a group of us that come. Everybody is not going to fit into your um, what you want to do here. So you're slowly connecting, and actually, it's the Most High, the Almighty, the one that's bringing the certain groups together, like-minded people, I would say, grouping together to work on a project, have the same desires to do certain things. There, those people are grouping together. So, and it's not big groups, small group, because I have a little community that I don't mention a lot of them, and a lot of them are not even online. And some of them are older, um, 60s, 70s, like I have, and some of them are younger, 20s, 30s. So I have a community, like a little community that I am family with here. So um, even though you see me online, I come and I do a lot of things. But yeah, I have a community that I grew with here. So yeah, so but anyway, I just wanted to let you know that as a single woman, it is safe for you specifically to visit Tanzania. Has been no issues. You know, all praises to the Most High. There have been no issues with the single women. Yes, you do have to be mindful when you are a single woman and you're dating. You do have to be. That's everywhere. That's in America. That's here. That's everywhere. You have to be careful who you decide you want to, date or marry and all that stuff, especially in a foreign country, because the culture is different, and especially here's a language barrier and stuff like that. So just be prayerful. Let's say careful and prayerful about relationships, who you let into your circle, who you let come into your environment. You have to be really prayerful and careful about that. When I first arrived here, I was a little bit more open to accepting everyone, but then, and that's including the diaspora, our people as well as locals. But then I started scaling back a little bit because I started noticing certain behaviors and stuff. um, you'll notice, the fruit of these people that you allow to come in. So you have to put up boundaries. You have to set boundaries of who you want to come close to you and be in your circle, or know where you live, or stuff like that. So you just have to, you don't be so fast to open your arms up and just allow everybody to come in. That's diaspora and locals, because I've had bad experiences with both diaspora and locals. Not horrible experience with locals, but uh, the trusting part. I've had experiences with the trusting and deception and the lies and stuff like that. So I've had that on both ends. I'm not going to just blame locals here. We got diaspora that do that too. So you just have to use discernment and who you let come into your circle. So especially as a single woman, it doesn't matter what age you are. Um, as a single woman, you have to set boundaries, kind of strict boundaries. Like, as far as if you find a place and you are staying somewhere, don't always let everybody know where you stay. Don't let everybody know. Don't bring everybody to your place. Just be a little bit more, discreet. If they ask you, yeah, I'm in so and so in this area. Yeah, I'm in Masaki and I'm in by the Oyster Bay area, or I'm in Tegeta by the Bahari Beach area, or I'm in just whatever general, I'm saying, general information. Don't tell people. If you're a single woman, don't let everyone know where you live, and don't bring a lot of people to your house. If you meet a guy, if you meet a man, um, it's best, is what I would recommend, is if you meet and you're mingling, meet them in a public place, like a cafe to talk, or like a restaurant, or somewhere out, outside. Don't bring people to your house as a single woman. Entertaining and meeting people, don't, try not to do that. I personally feel like it's not the safest thing. I really didn't do that a lot. Every now and then, a lot of times, if I brought a man to my place, it was business, something to do with business, like or some of the brothers, like some of the diaspora brothers, if they needed consultation, but it wouldn't be just me and that person. It would be my partner. So it'd be me, my partner, and that person. So I rarely brought men to my place. Rarely, even with my partners, I didn't spend a lot of time with them at my place. If I met them, it would be out. at a cafe or somewhere like that. So as a single woman, just make sure that you do those things. These are kind of like security precautions too. This could go for in America, here, everywhere. But if you're single and you're meeting men or dating, or even some women, don't invite everybody to your house. That's your safe place. And so you want to protect it. You want to set boundaries. You want to guard it. You don't want to just let anybody in your personal space. These different people have different spirits. They dealing with different things, so you want to make sure that you keep that in mind. When you uh, are here on the continent and you're enjoying the beauty and you feel so safe and all that, and that's true. But you still have to use wisdom. Even your groundsmen, the one that work for you on your property, most of these places have groundsmen. Almost every place I live, they have. You have to be careful even with them because they're men. And yes, they come in and they fix stuff for you, they do stuff or whatever, but you still have to use wisdom when dealing with them, with allowing them to do certain things, because they will try you. They will try you. You have to be like, no. Like they'll try to rub your hand or hold your hand, or give you a hug or whatever, whatever. You have to be like, You know what I mean? You have to put a stop to it because they will, if they get to know you and they always think where they always say to me all the time, like a lot of local men say to me that I'm very charming. They always say that, and I don't know, that's like a really popular word because they don't know a lot of English, but that's a word that they have said, so many different ones have said to me, so I'm like, that's really in their vocabulary. Like, I don't really use that word as much, but I understand what they're saying. But a lot of them tell me that when I ride Ubers, when I go to different places, when I meet groundsmen and restaurants and stores, the men always say that I'm very charming. So when they feel like that, they tend to want to, be really, friendly, and they want to hold your hand and all this. And sometimes I'll shake their hand, but a lot of time lately I've been doing the fist bump, instead of shaking somebody's hand, touching somebody's hand, just the fist bump, because they do that here a lot. If you meet somebody, you can just do the fist bump. You don't have to because like in America, I know a lot of them shake hands or whatever, but yeah, here they just do like this, which is good because you don't want strange men rubbing on your hands. I mean, you just don't know where their hands been. So stuff like that. Trying to think of anything else that would be make a solo woman feel safe, or just be cautious and careful. Yes, you can come enjoy the beaches, enjoy Zanzibar, enjoy all the different beaches and restaurants. Like, it's beautiful, beautiful, but you still have to maintain your conscience, and you still have to be alert and be aware, because here they're not like aggressive or anything, and they I haven't heard anything about anybody harming anybody, but they will charm you. Like, they will charm you here. Like, these men intensity, I'm telling you, they will charm you. They will say the right words, so they won't do it in an aggressive way. They are more like, like, not cunning, but I would just say charming. They'll charm you out of your whatever they want from you. To get close to you, they'll say the nice things. I love you. Like, I've had so many men tell me they love me, and I'm like, no, brother, you don't even know. At the beginning, it was like, no, I don't. You don't even know me. You know what I'm saying? So they just use that word. I think they use that word in the place of like. They use love instead of I like you. They say love. So I think it's just the language. But yeah, so yeah, those are type of things that you need to be aware of. Don't let yourself be overtaken by the niceness. So yeah, but other than that, you'll be safe. You can. There are plenty of videos online where you got a lot of solo sisters over in Zanzibar. You got a lot of them here over here in Dar. You got some of them in different areas, Arusha. So yeah, we just everywhere in Tanzania. So it's safe, no issues. Most you might get is the overcharging and you know and burglar or whatever, but just make sure that you know have a place where your security is good. As far as that's another reason why it's good to live where a lot of people live, because of the burglar situation. If you live somewhere out by yourself, you can get robbed a lot, especially if you don't have like a security, or if sometimes it could be your groundsman. Yeah, sometimes it can be your groundsman, which when I got robbed back at my other place that I used to live at, I believe the groundsman had something to do with it, because they opened three doors and only the groundsman knew how the doors worked. It's not like somebody can just come from outside of the compound and know how to open these three doors. So I had like a screen door, a pane door, and a big bar. The bar was not latched. The bar, you can just pull the bar